Hello everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI Advance. We are trying to get away from the ghosts that were chasing us in the last episode. And if you saw the ghosts there, it had a nice little emote. So to do so, we need to detach these rear cars. So if you come through here and flip this switch, that will do the trick. Goodbye. I always felt that was a little jerkish. I mean, after all, these ghosts are just trying to get to the afterlife, and we decide to basically commit them to purgatory. So hopefully they won't come back and haunt us later in the game. Our job now is to continue onward towards the front of the train, and we need to stop it so we can get off. Ah, oversouls. I always thought that their head was actually the blue part, but if you look closely, that's actually smoke coming out of their mouth. And they also drop a rare item, for this area anyway, which is the holy water. And you don't get it all the time. Let's see if we get one. Hey, we did. Cool. And holy water is cool because it gets rid of zombie status, or undead status. And it's one of the few things that can do so. Ah, here we go. We have the dinner car. So think about this for a second. Would you take food from a ghost? And I think Cyan's got the right idea here. Sabin, on the other hand, gung-ho. I'm not sure I would eat it. After all, what kind of food and what kind of storage capability does a ghost train have? But in this case, let's suspend our disbelief for a little while and recover. And a neat thing about this sequence is that you actually can get a different scene depending on who your lead character is. So if I switch out here to Shadow, I'll get a different scene. And the first one you get is always Sabin and Cyan. But beyond that, you can get different sequences. Aw, there's Interceptor. We don't get to see him very often because for some reason he doesn't help us out in battle. So I'm going to show you one more scene, and that is Cyan's. I'll do a quick switch here. And I'm guessing Cyan still feels kind of uncomfortable about this whole process. Look at those eyes! Cyan. Pretty awesome. So there you go. There's a couple sequences related to this. You get another one with Sabin, but it's not much different. It just says a little line. So we will continue on. We have a couple more cars to go. If you come in the back here, you can actually get another earring. So I'm going to put that on Sabin. And I'll move the ribbon over to Cyan. So the next car that we're about to go into, we're going to meet another reoccurring character that serves as kind of a thorn in our side on a couple different occasions, kind of like Ultros. And the weird thing about this character, at least in the original version of this game, was that his name changed. So if you hang a right here into this first room, you'll see a chest. If you try to take it, you're stopped by a disembodied voice. And this is Siegfried. And in the original translation, for some reason, the first time he talked, he was called Siegfried, but then Siegfried every time after. Now, Siegfried has a very high opinion of himself. He considers himself the greatest swordsman in the world, and we're about to show him that that is not the case. So he gets in consecutive attacks. As you can see, they don't do a ton of damage. And then wears himself out. And actually, if you have the black belt equipped in the original, or if he tries to hit Shadow, and Shadow blocks it with his black shield and gets the interceptor counterattack, you can end the battle very quickly. As it is, it only took 2 attacks to finish him off anyway. And you get all of 1 Jill and a green cherry. Woo. And unfortunately, he steals this item, so we never know what it is. There's one more room that's got some stuff in. These other ones are empty. And also in this car here, you'll notice that the conductor makes an appearance, which is kind of confusing, because obviously we detached all the back cars, so he must have somehow got ahead of us at some point. Or I guess there's more than one that look exactly the same. So if you didn't talk to him in the caboose, you can talk to him now and he'll tell you a little bit about how to stop the train. Since I already did that, obviously I don't need to. And now we have a couple of chests in here. Phoenix down. Monster in a box. So we have a mini boss. It's got a nasty little counterattack. But not too tough. He should die here. There we go. And we get another hyper wrist. Woo. Now, you may notice you're getting a lot of Phoenix downs. That's kind of a hint, since you're going to be facing a boss coming up. So let's save here, heal up. And make sure I know how to do a particular blitz with Sabin. RL down up. Okay. All right, we are set to get off this train. And to do so, we have to go into the main compartment here. You'll see 3 switches. And you have to flip them in a certain order to get off. And it is left and then right. And then you come outside and flip the switch near the smokestack. And you get to fight the train now. Which I think is pretty cool. And I am now going to show you one of the reasons why Sabin is one of my favorite characters. The dude is so awesome. He can pick up and suplex a frickin' train. Can you believe that? That is awesome. And because the train is a phantom train, it is actually undead. And what you can do to undead enemies in this game is insta-kill them with a Phoenix Down. No fuss, no mess. Now feel free, you can obviously attack the train with your regular attacks if you feel like this is cheating. It'll take a little while, the train's got a couple thousand HP. And that's it. That lets us get off. What a ride. Let's get off this thing. Back on terra firma. What was that? Uh-oh. This must be some souls. Ah, the Doma people. Uh-oh. It's a very powerful scene, in my opinion. And originally, they didn't have the train music playing like that, and I think that added to the ambiance. You really felt kind of Cyan's desperation and loss. So this is timed. You just have to wait for Cyan to kind of come to grips with the situation. We are out of the Phantom Forest. And we are quickly approaching a turning point in Sabin's scenario. I've mentioned numerous times that there was a risk of Shadow running away, and so I've been running from battles to avoid that. Well, now we've reached a point where Shadow leaves us regardless of what we do. So, de-equip him of all of his items and relics. And we find ourselves in Baren Falls. Which apparently is the entrance to the Veldt. And that is our next destination. The village of Mobliz. So Sabin and Cyan are now on their own. Still a formidable duo. Before jumping into the falls, let's go heal up and save, and in my next episode, we will continue on towards the Veldt. So as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.